Quick story about Jackson from birth. Premature, 3 pound, 3 ouncer, really tiny kid. Really, to be honest with you, didn't know whether he's going to make it home.
We didn't pick up on that he wasn't making sounds or cooing or any kind of, he'd cry, but he wouldn't make any other sounds. And finally, we went for a developmental assessment at U of C, and they told us he probably needs speech therapy.
But once we got to Shirley Ryan Ability Lab, like I said, Ashley, the speech therapist, was all focused on his ability, the correct sounds. Based off that, that's how she set up the therapy.
Jackson really responded to intervention that was play-based and really interest-driven, which was what we do a ton of here at the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab. We really spent a lot of time incorporating movement in our therapy sessions and really following Jackson's lead in terms of the toys and therapy materials he was most engaged with.
Shirley Ryan guided us. You need to do this, this, this. We did it. So it was 2 days later. It was on a Saturday. And we were in the kitchen, and I was holding him, and I don't know if we just finished breakfast and got him out of his high chair, and I'm holding him, and he said, "Mama." And we all just sort of, our heads snapped and looked at him and said, "What?" And he pointed to me again and said, "Mama." And of course, tears just started streaming down my face.
The big breakthrough moments with him and with Ashley is, he was picked up another word or another motion of his mouth or something of that sort where he can say a word like up.
I want you to pick me up. That was huge.
We came to a point where our insurance ran out of therapy sessions. The next day they called and told us that we were receiving this grant from Falling Forward Foundation, and we were just over the moon. I mean, it gives me chills just thinking about it. What a blessing. What a huge, huge blessing to our family to be able to continue that phenomenal speech therapy that we were receiving from such a top world-renowned place. And it was truly making a difference, and we didn't want to stop. We wanted it to keep going.
We really started doing more intensive therapy with Jackson at the Shirley Ryan Ability Lab in September of 2020. And at that point, we were seeing him 2 times a week for 3 months. We would not have been able to do that through his regular insurance plan.
He's come a long way from saying absolutely nothing to now speaking in sentences with 8 or 10 words and asking questions, be able to say, "Hi, I'm Jackson. What's your name?" Or "Can we be friends?" Or just to start teaching him how to interact with other kids.
At this point, Jackson has a pretty much age-appropriate vocabulary inventory. His ability to use words and combine words and sentences to communicate for a variety of different functions is at an age-appropriate level. I'm so grateful for the Falling Forward Foundation and Jackson's family and being able to have the opportunity to work with Jackson and watch his language skills come such a far way in a short matter of time. It really is truly impressive.
So now he's 3.5, and I think if you hadn't known him before, you wouldn't have known anything he had any delays. And so we are incredibly grateful for that opportunity to provide Jackson with that voice, to be able to function in society and function in his life.
Say bye, Meg.
Bye, Tim.
Say thank you.